accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act 551.041. I want to call this meeting to order. I welcome everybody. Thank you for coming, showing interest in your county. As is our habit, I'd like to open the meeting with a prayer. We're asked the Reverend David Hunt, Eastview United Pentecostal Church, to lead our prayer. David?
Father, what a privilege it is to come before your presence and to call you affectionately our Father. You have many titles, Lord, God, Master, but to be able to call you Father, I am very thankful for that privilege. Amazing grace has made it possible. God, this Sunday we'll celebrate Father's Day, and we will celebrate the position of father in our society. It makes me think of our families, God, and the great need that our families have. They're challenged by so many things. I pray in your wonderful name, Jesus, that you would help our families with the challenges that face them from every side. Help them to be strong. Help them to be faithful. Help them to be faithful to you and to one another. For as the family is strong, so is our community strong. We ask these blessings in your holy name, Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. We'll move into item 3, public forum. We have David Stewart wishes to speak on item 9 and item 16. David, I just remind you that each member of the public who appears before the Commissioners Court shall be limited to a maximum of 3 minutes to make his or her remarks.
Sir, will you say that louder? I did not understand what you said.
Oh.
You looked over that way. I can part read lips.
My
a little
mic is
bit,
here.
so
Okay, I'll try.
Say it again, please.
Each member of the public who appears before the Commissioners Court shall be limited to a maximum of 3 minutes to make his or her remarks.
Okay, I understand. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm interested in item 9, and the reason why I'm interested in item 9 is the Redland Estates is fairly close to where I live at. Many years ago, the guy that bought the place and developed it, he abandoned it and left a sewer plant that spilled millions and millions of gallons into the Angelina River. And I ain't talking about just a month. It went on years and years and years. So that's one of my interests in it, because I don't know what this number 9's about here. The information presented on the agenda does not give me enough information to know what I should say and what I shouldn't say and whether I should approve it or not. So I don't know. I know there's a new bill that's going through the Texas legislature that's going to require that the Commissioners Court and agendas have much more detailed information on it so people can understand what it's going to be about. I think that has been sent to the governor. When the person that I believe that's going to speak gets up here and talk, I'm going to sit right here in the hopes I can understand them, but I have a lot of difficulty hearing in here, and I also have a lot of difficulty hearing y'all, so I'm going to ask that y'all maybe consider start taking the microphones that you have, move them towards you, and keep them towards your mouth so I can hear them. I've already asked for reasonable accommodations under the ADA and sent an email to Judge Wright maybe about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I haven't got no response to that, and we need to make it where people that come in here hear it. There might be a lot more people participating if they could hear what they're saying. So I request that y'all honor the ADA. It is a federal law. I mentioned the last time that I was here that I would like to see the packets that y'all commissioners get. From my previous understanding, on Friday y'all get a packet that tells you all the information that you base your decisions on, and that's when you study it and you come back here Tuesday and you make your decision. I have requested that packet 3 times from Judge Wright. He has failed to follow the open records law and present me with them packets, because I need to be able to see them, and I'll hope to put them out on the internet so that people can see them ahead of time. So I encourage y'all to encourage Judge Wright to follow the open records law and present these things to us. Thank you. Did I get under 3 minutes?
Yes, sir. Thank you. We're gonna move right into the consent agenda. Consider approval of the minutes of May 27th, 2025, regular session of the Commissioners Court. Consider approval of any departmental reports and routine items. Item 7, discussion action on approval or authorization for payment of the bills as submitted by the county auditor. What's y'all's pleasure?
Make a motion, we approve the consent agenda items.
Second.
Have a motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Item 8, discussion action on donations received from the Lufkin Police Chief for funds received by the City of Lufkin through an opioid settlement grant. The donations were for both 159th Angelina County Drug Court and the 217th Drug Court in the amount of $6,292 each. Is there anybody here to speak on that item? Hearing none, what's y'all's pleasure?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and second to approve the donation to the drug courts. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Item 9, representative from MTG Stovall Engineers and Surveyors to discuss and request Commissioners Court for approval of the final plat for Redland Estates in Precinct Number 2. I understand Commissioner Kennedy and Mr. McMullen went out and reviewed the road work, and that we have some concerns. So we're not ready to approve this plat at this time, so I would ask you to let that die for lack of a motion. Item 10, discussion action on awarding the following bids for road and bridge, Angelina County Landfill and Angelina County Airport, for a 1-year contract for the following: gasoline, diesel, bulk oil, DEF fluid, 15W40, 500 gallons, 50W transmission, 275 gallons, 30 weight in pails, cold patch, asphalt products, rock, gravel, crushed concrete, road oil, and sand and culverts. Let me pull that up. So for the sand, Allen Loggins and Sons, $4.50 per cubic yard. Angelina Excavating for select fill, $4.50 a cubic yard. Toriak Rock for green rock as the primary source, $11.50 per ton. Jack Alexander Green Rock secondary source, $11.50 per ton. My understanding is we get 2 of these quotes in order to strategically locate in the county that we can purchase that rock, which is most advantageous for the construction work to be completed. Bryan and Bryan Road Oil, $682 per ton. Suncoast Resources Diesel, gasoline, oil, diesel at $2.12.99, $2.13 basically per gallon. Off-road diesel, $2.13, 1349 per gallon. I always thought off-road was cheaper, but obviously not. Unleaded gasoline, $1.99.84 per gallon. DEF fluid, $2.99 per gallon. Texas Materials, road materials, oil sand, $88 per ton. Type D asphalt, $15 per ton. Type D co-mix, $110 per ton. Type B asphalt's $110 per ton. Type D is just a heavier rock inside that asphalt. Wilson culverts, metal culverts as follows: 1,000 linear feet, 12-inch, 16 gauge, $13.09 per linear feet. For 15-inch, 750 linear feet, 16 gauge, $16.28 per linear feet. 500 feet of 18-inch, 16 gauge, $19.50 per linear feet. 100 feet of 24-inch, 16 gauge, $25.99 per linear feet. 100 feet of 30-inch, 16 gauge, $32.55 a linear foot. 100 feet of 36-inch 14 gauge, $46.88 per linear foot. 100 foot of 48-inch 14 gauge, $74.60 a linear foot. 48 feet of 60-inch 14 gauge, $91.99 a linear foot. 48 feet of 72-inch 14 gauge, $111.19 per linear foot. Y'all have any questions of Mr. McMullen, or what's your pleasure?
The fuel, is that for the landfill and road and bridge?
And the airport.
Okay, originally the airport wasn't on there, did we add that?
We added that during that meeting.
Okay.
When we approved the bids.
All right, thank you. Make a motion, we approve the bids.
Second.
Have a motion and second. Any other questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Item 11, discussion action on request to advertise for an online auction for surplus equipment for road and bridge as follows. A Great All Model XL 3100, model year 2014. A Leeboy laydown machine, model year 2004. A Dynapack steel wheel roller, model year 2011. John Deere 310 backhoe, model year 2007. A Bomac reclaimer, model year 2015. Mr. McMullen, would you come up and tell us about these pieces of equipment? If there's any issues with them, or if this is just equipment that we have surplus that is no longer needed?
Majority of it is equipment that's surplus that's no longer needed. Some of it is equipment that is just, there comes a point in time when it costs more to maintain a piece of equipment than you can get the actual value of it. So, some of it's just past usable date. And when you try to use it every day, if it breaks down more than you get production out of it, it's time to let it go. So that's why some of that is on the market, to let it be auctioned off.
Any questions of Mr. McMullen?
So that was the issue with the BOMAG, is that it was taking more for maintenance on the equipment?
Well, with the Bomag, it's a good machine. The thing is, we have 2 reclaimers. You know, we had 3 because every precinct had its own reclaimer. But we don't use the reclaimer very much anymore, and we've used them less than 20 hours so far this year. So my thoughts is, we'll sell the Bomag because it's a little higher maintenance than the other older machine that we have. It has a lot of computers on it that we are not equipped to work on. So we have to send it off, which costs us more to maintain and keep them up. Where the older CAT machine is a simpler, basic machine that is easy to maintain, so that we're gonna keep it. It's an older machine that's easier to keep up with and maintain and get parts for, so forth and so on, that we can work on ourselves. And so what we do now, rather than reclaim the roads like we did in the past, what we do now is we use the motor graders with the bullet tips on it. We go through and we mill the road down, but we only take it down to about 3/4 to 1 inch of the oil sand that we leave left on the road. We take the material that we grade off, we windrow it over to the side. As you grade it off and mill it up, it heats the oil up, which takes and makes it more pliable again. We add more oil sand in with it, and then we come back through and lay it back down and then roll it back in without having to disturb all the base that's under the road. Before, when you use a Bomag or a milling machine, you mill all the way down, you mill all the way through, and then you blend all that in and you stir up the dirt with it. And then you have to try to get 20 years worth of compaction back into the ground under your road. So my thoughts is it's foolish to disturb what's already there and being compacted. Let's just redo the road surface itself. So we find it better, less expensive to just use the bullet tips on the motor graders, which we have, quite a few motor graders and operators to go with.
Okay, thank you.
Do we still have a roller though, a roller packer?
We have 2 rubber tire rollers. Now, the steel wheel roller that we have is a steel wheel in the front, but the rubber tires in the back. And what we find is mainly what that is for is when we do some of the short roads and some things where we're actually doing asphalt instead of oil sand, that it leaves grooves in the road from those two tires in the back. And then, of course, when you go up in, you're trying to turn around, you're putting creases all in your asphalt, trying to, so even though you spend the extra money to do the asphalt, you still winding up with it a little bit wavy, and those spots tend to pond water. So that's why we're gonna sell it and purchase a double steel wheel roller, which is much better for doing asphalt, or even laying the oil sand as far as just getting it really smoothed out. But mostly that's for the areas that when we do asphalt work, the double steel wheel would do a much more proficient job.
You gonna use Auctioneer Express again?
Yes, sir. They did a good job for us before in the past, and plan on using them again.
Well, this Great All is the same one you advertised last year, right?
Same we did last year. Of course, the last time we was at the end of the year, a lot of the county entities and stuff that by the time they get around at the end of the year, they don't have any money left in their budgets for things. And so that's why we went ahead and didn't take any of the offers that was made on it last year.
Any other
Yeah.
questions? What's y'all's pleasure?
With all due respect, I make a motion that we sell all the equipment except for the reclaimer at this point in time.
We have a second?
Second.
Any other discussion? I would just add, I don't see any need, if we don't use a piece of equipment, for retaining it, and we have another one, and we only use 20 hours a year. It's kind of unnecessary, and
Let me say this.
keep that into our,
And I
Inventory.
understand where you're coming from, because it's a good piece of equipment, and you're thinking, what if in the future and stuff. In the past, whenever precinct had to have its own equipment, there was a need for it in the way they were doing things then. But what I'm looking at is online yesterday, I seen one that went for $180,000. That's 2 years older than ours. What that will do for us, and this is where I'm at, and this is the only reason why I'm selling it, is it will give me the opportunity to purchase 2 more mini excavators, almost. The mini excavators are running about 100,000 apiece. 2 more mini excavators that we can use to clean ditches and so forth and so on. So by the time we get rid of the Great All, and that is our big ticket item, the BOMAG is the big ticket item on the auction. Everything else is smaller numbers. But if we can generate enough out of the sale to purchase 2 more mini excavators that we can do to keep our ditches cleaned out so that our drainage is better. Also, we use them to replace culverts, plus as we put the mowing packages on them to mow back slopes and so forth and so on, I find them to be that we'll run those just about every day. So far as the actual use of our county assets, I mean, that's what it basically comes right down to. I mean, I'm thinking that's what you're thinking is, we bought this machine, it's paid for, it's not costing us anything, right? But it is costing us something, because that's $150,000 or whatever we get out of it that we could be utilizing every day to make better drainage and better production for things in the county. That's my thoughts. That's the
Okay,
only
we
reason
have
why I
a-
want to sell
we
it.
have a motion and a second, Mr. McMullen. I'd appreciate in the future if myself or one of the commissioners is speaking, you wait till they get finished.
Yes, sir.
So, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
No. All opposed? No. So motion passed. Who voted yes?
Aye.
So 3 to 1?
I didn't vote.
You didn't vote? Okay. If you don't vote, that's counted as
A yes.
a yes. That's correct. Okay, 4 to 1, motion passes. We won't sell the BOMAG.
Okay.
Item 12, appearance of Gary Letney, Airport Manager, to discuss action on renewing contract with FAA for office space in the terminal building for electronic equipment for communications with airplanes. Gary?
In '92, whenever the FAA put in our ILS, they needed space in the terminal building, right beside the antennas and stuff, and so that's a room for that equipment, and they pay us rent for that. It's been $1,288 Let's see, on the second page,
They're going up to 1545.
yeah, we're going up 20% on that, so it'll be 1545.60, and they're gonna pay, monthly instead of quarterly.
And that's through September 30th, 2034.
Yes. That's right. And so they've had that room rented for a long time.
Very necessary to have the equipment.
Yeah, and they provide us that equipment. It's their equipment, they pay for it. We have no expense with it, either electrical or upkeep or anything, including that room also. It's no expense to us.
Any questions on the contract proposed? Renewal?
Make a motion, we renew the contract.
Oh, we need a judge's signature.
That'd be fine.
All right.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All
Who's-
opposed?
Who
Did you
seconded?
get a second?
A second.
You second?
Oh,
Who's second?
Tom.
Tom. Okay, got a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Item 13, consider for approval a proclamation proclaiming June 2025 as Elder Abuse Awareness Month in Angelina County. This is a short proclamation. If you, okay, I'll read it. Whereas older adults and people with disabilities of diverse backgrounds contribute to the well-being of this city or county by working, caregiving, volunteering, and actively preserving customs, rituals, and traditions. And whereas as we age, we build momentum by accumulating knowledge, experience, insight, and wisdom that can be shared to enrich our community. And whereas abuse of older people with disabilities is a community concern affecting thousands of people across Texas. And whereas there were 123,852 reports of abuse of older adults and people with disabilities in Texas in 2024. And whereas abuse against older adults and people with disabilities is grossly underreported because of social stigma, embarrassment, and fear. And whereas adult abuse affects men and women of all income and ability levels, all cultural and ethnic backgrounds in all communities. And whereas elder abuse is everyone's business, it's important to strengthen our efforts to prevent and report and address elder abuse. Now therefore, I, Keith Wright, County Judge of Angelina County, Texas, in recognition thereof, do hereby proclaim the month of June to be Elder Abuse Awareness Month in Angelina County, Texas, and urge all residents to work together to reduce abuse and neglect of older adults and people with disabilities. What's y'all's pleasure?
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the proclamation. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Item 14, discussion action on recommendation from the Insurance Committee to renew stop-loss coverage.
I'm sorry about that. I forgot to leave it. And that's a spam call on top of that. Sorry about that,
We're
Judge.
gonna have to put you in the penalty box.
Dog.
Let me start over. Discussion action on recommendation from Insurance Committee to renew stop-loss coverage with current carrier Stealth, Amwins, A&H Companion Life, and to approve the Angelina County Benefit Fund plan costs for the fiscal year 2025-2026. The plan costs will increase 1.5% overall. So this is the same company that we're with now. They resubmitted. We got bids from several different companies. This is the one that is recommended by our administrator, and it is a 1.5% increase in our plan costs, which is very good based on current healthcare pricing throughout the United States. Any questions about the plan approval? This is recommendation from the Insurance Committee.
I make a motion, we approve the recommendation to renew the coverage.
Second.
Have a motion second. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Item 15, discussion action on recommendation from Insurance Committee regarding the county health insurance plan deductible and maximum out-of-pocket expense for the employee county benefit plan. We were trying to get some other information from our administrator so that we could look at that deductible and the maximum out-of-pocket expense, possibly lowering it, but we did not get that information, so I would ask that you let this die for a lack of a motion. Okay, item 16, discussion action on having door control service install automatic door openers on the south side. That'd be Shepherd Street, and the east side door, 3rd Street of the Commissioner's Tax Office building at a cost of $6,438 to be paid out of contingency. So this is one of those buttons at those doors that you can press to open the doors automatically. Any questions? Hilton's here to answer if you have a question.
I think the doors as they are elder abuse, so I make a motion we approve
I second that.
these buttons.
I'll third it.
That's right. They're hard to open.
We have a motion second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Item 17, discussion action on approving awarding bids for painting and flooring at the Elections Administration Building at 606 East Lufkin Avenue to be paid out of contingency. We have a bid from Carpet by Curiosity for $23,297, and then Taylor Brothers for painting of $6,700. Y'all's pleasure.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Wait,
Have a motion and a second from Tom.
Rocky,
All right. I think you
I
were
was
first,
moving.
but we'll take it from Rocky if you want us to.
take it from Rocky.
Okay.
You're still in the penalty box.
That's right.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.
Thank y'all for coming.